Hi, my name is Charlie Hamworth, and I'll be presenting cave-dwelling arthropods of Cayo District, Belize. Cave-dwelling arthropod communities in Belize remain largely undocumented, yet recent discoveries from across the country have revealed high biodiversity, including numerous species uniquely adapted to life underground. To date, the most intensively studied region consists of several caves from a reserve in central Belize. Additionally, baseline work has been done in the Toledo and Cayo districts. These findings highlight the conservation value of subterranean ecosystems in this small yet impressively rich Central American country. The caves in Belize occur within an expansive karst landscape, seen here in this light green area south of San Ignacio and near the Guatemalan border. Water has been cutting through the limestone bedrock for 250 to 350 million years, creating a network of sinkholes, tunnels, and massive cave systems. The resultant subterranean network has given rise to a variety of microhabitats, setting the stage for the evolution of highly specialized and often endemic species found nowhere else on Earth. Cave ecosystems are typically isolated and nutrient-limited, making them ideal laboratories for studying evolution, endemism, and community dynamics. By characterizing these unique and often difficult-to-study ecosystems, our findings help underscore the importance of conserving these fragile environments. This study focused on 3 caves in the Cayo District, a region known for its extensive cave systems but limited biological investigations. One of these sites was briefly surveyed in 2001, but its arthropod community was described in general terms. This study offers new insights into the rich diversity and evolutionary splendor of Belize cave ecosystems. We believe this work will aid in laying the foundation for future research and local conservation efforts of these highly sensitive ecosystems. The field team collected specimens during the summer of 2023 as part of the NAU Tropical Ecology Field School under the direction of the project's lead investigator. They sampled 3 caves. All sample sites were located in the deep zones of each cave, an environment characterized by complete darkness, minimal airflow, highly stable temperature, and a nearly water-saturated atmosphere. This is where subterranean adapted life is typically found. In these deep zone areas, the field team searched for arthropods in flood debris, bat guano, animal carcasses, and along mud floors. Back in the lab, I processed and sorted the specimens and identified them to the lowest taxonomic level possible. We identified at least 31 distinct morphospecies, meaning 31 arthropods that appear morphologically different from one another, but for the sake of ease, I will now refer to morphospecies as species. Yaxchilahau had the highest overall diversity with 16 different species documented. Son of Chapat followed closely with 14, and Noctune Chapat had the lowest diversity with just 9 species collected. Overall, the most diverse taxonomic group was spiders, with 7 species documented thus far. Spider abundance varied across caves. Yaxchilahau was the most diverse with 6 species, while Son of Chapat had 2 species and Noctune Chapat just 1. Of the arthropods collected, 9 were troglobionts, which are species that have evolved to live in the cave deep zones. The following images are all examples of troglobionts. They often have little to no pigmentation, elongated appendages and antennae, and they have reduced eyes or no eyes at all. These are the organisms that conservation biologists and land managers are most interested in protecting, as they're often restricted to a single cave or geological formation. Most of the troglobionts discovered from the Cayo caves are likely to be new species. To wrap up, I'd like to take this opportunity to highlight some areas for future research and identify our next steps with this project. One area for future research will be examining the effects of land cover change, particularly the impacts of wildfire on cave ecosystems. During the dry season last year, a fire burned above Noctune Chapat. As expected, several primary growth trees were lost. However, pioneer species have begun to colonize the burned areas, and the process of forest regeneration is underway. Understanding the long-term effects of wildfire on cave environments will be essential for guiding future management decisions. This is especially relevant today. Areas like the Cayo District haven't historically experienced these intense wildfires, but more severe burns are now occurring as climate change alters natural dynamics. Another future area of research will be evaluating the potential impacts of adventure tourism on cave ecosystems. 2 of the caves in this study are actively used for tourism, with guided tours being led by the cave owner and authorized tour guides. At the same time, unauthorized access also occurs, which the owner is working to curtail. Quantifying the impacts of tourism on these tropical caves will help the landowner implement effective management strategies. Gaining insights into these areas of research will be crucial for developing management policies for tropical cave ecosystems. What we learn could help guide decision-making at both local and potentially global levels. Finally, we will be collaborating with taxonomic specialists to formally describe the newly discovered subterranean adapted species. It is also important to note that our data set for these 3 caves is still evolving, as a small number of specimens were not included in this analysis. Despite this, the ecological importance of the Cayo District caves is clear. Continued research, including additional sampling and launching new research to examine and monitor the impacts of wildfire and tourism, will be required to collect the information necessary to best manage these caves.